Welcome back. You're watching Prime Property. Founded in 1967, Ansal API is one of India's older real estate companies. Headquartered at New Delhi's prime Kasturba Gandhi Marg, Ansal API had built a strong footing by constructing various buildings at this commercial business district. But its reputation took a severe knocking when the Upar cinema tragedy had claimed 59 lives. Now with that case behind it, Ansal API is back on the growth path. With a massive land bank of 7,000 acres in North India, Ansal API knows its valuation stands to skyrocket once the proposed land bill is enacted. Real estate developers across the country have acknowledged the land bill will make it difficult to acquire new land parcels, thus putting a huge premium on companies' existing land banks. Ansal API's Vice Chairman and Managing Director Pranav Ansal now joins us here at Prime Property. Thanks, Pranav, for joining us here. I want to begin by asking you, if Ansal API is overexposed to Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities, we've all heard of that bubble bursting. If I were to look at Lucknow alone, you have over 3,000 acres there.
I think not at all. I think the Tier 2 is not a bubble as people talk about it. In fact, Tier 2 markets have been doing very well for us. About 50% of our business is in Tier 2, and most of the projects are selling really well. There are lots of premiums. In fact, Tier 2 has great potential because Tier 2s have never seen big branded organized developments. Lucknow, we are doing 3,500 acres, and every month we are selling, the volumes are only going up. And we are launching now golf villas which are 7 to 10 crores each, and we are selling 4-5 a month. So I think the demand is really good, and I think it's not a bubble where you deliver. Of course, if you're not delivering, it's a bubble for you anywhere. When in Delhi, it's a bubble. But you have to deliver. So once you're delivering, the sky is the limit.
But Pranav Ansal, is this kind of sales momentum sustainable? We're seeing developers bigger than you, for example, DLF now launching projects in Lucknow.
Lucknow is the capital of Uttar Pradesh, which is 22% of India lives in Uttar Pradesh, as you know. And all those people who live in whichever city in Uttar Pradesh want a house in Lucknow. So it is an aspiration for all of them. People in Bihar, people in Jharkhand, they are all buying houses there. So I think Lucknow is a big untapped market, and after us all the other big branded players have also landed up there, and they have all got a very good response. So I think Lucknow is a great untapped market. Lots of developments happening there. In fact, we have adopted the role in our project of a master developer, and we also have had some smaller developers of Uttar Pradesh and Jharkhand who are also doing developments there. And the sales are just, every month we are seeing sales only increase. So I think it's a great market.
So what is your launch pipeline in Lucknow?
We keep launching various sorts of villas and apartments every month. We launch floors, we launch plots. We are also launching a shopping mall there where we already signed up with the anchors. So I think every month for the next 2 years, we have some launch or the other planned every month of some category or the other, because we have such a different, diverse mix of projects there that's what we keep launching. Other than that, the smaller builders who have bought land from us, their launches also come every month. So if you see the combination, lots of products are offered, and all of them are sold out, and they are of various price points.
And at what prices will we see those launches?
Price points start from about 35 to 40 lakhs, going up to 6 to 7 crores. And in all the segments there is a market, because we are actually almost in the heart of the city. So whatever people are buying, they are buying as a first home. So lots of people are moving out from where they live currently, where prices are still very high, to our colony, where the prices are much cheaper than the main area, and moving in as their first home.
Pranav Ansal, I know that, in the industry circles, you're often called the Lucknow Realty King, but I also understand that Ansal API is selling land to other developers in the city. What's all that about?
The land, the FSI we have there is so much that is part of our strategy. There is no way any developer can build so much of land that we have. So our plan is that about 50% of our towers and commercial structures we are giving to other developers who are developing. So resources get pooled and more gets built in the colony, more habitation comes in. So that is definitely the plan going forward, and that was the plan with which we had taken the project as well.
You know, right at the beginning of this interview, you said 50% of your business is from Tier 2 cities. We've discussed Lucknow. Which are the other cities?
We are doing a lot of work in Mohali, which is basically a suburb of Chandigarh. Again, a very, very good market, and sales are very robust there. And then we are doing a lot of work in Rajasthan. We are in Jaipur and Ajmer, which is also a very good market. So, other than that, we are in cities like Panipat and Kurukshetra, which is actually NCR, but very, very good response there as well. So, all these areas we are doing good sales, good volumes. In fact, Mohali, the Punjab government just came up with their new bylaws, and they have increased the FAR to 3 in for the residential, which again gives us a big, big land bank there. And sales are very, very good because Chandigarh is such a promising city, and everybody wants to have a house in Chandigarh in north. And being the capital of Punjab and Haryana both, big demand, and we've got a very good response in Mohali.
Okay, so with regulations changing in Punjab, is Ansal API reworking its plans, tinkering with its launch plans?
Well, because the FAR has changed, the projects of course which we've delivered will continue, but of course the new projects which are on the anvil, we are going to avail and change the plans according to the new policy, get the fresh approvals and relaunch them, because the FAR has almost gone up by about 40 to 50% depending on the width of the road. So I think every builder would take advantage of that, and we are quite happy with the new policy. So we'll definitely take part in that.
Fair enough, I get that point, but as of now, what is your launch pipeline in Mohali?
I think in Mohali every 2 months we are launching some project or the other, and Mohali also has a great demand from the Punjabis who are living in all parts of all over the world, especially in Canada and UK and certain parts of America. So we participate in exhibitions there regularly and sell a lot to the NRIs. Also, with the rupee depreciating over the last 1.5 to 2 years, the Mohali market has become even more attractive for the NRIs.
Okay, so we've done Lucknow, we've done Mohali. Now let's shift focus to the other Tier 2 cities. Let's talk about Jaipur and Panipat. What can we expect from Ansal API in those cities?
Yes, in Jaipur also we are developing all close to 800 acres of land, and there also every month we are launching some different housing scheme, and because these are all for the mid segment, so sometimes we are launching plots or floors or apartments or bungalows of various sizes. So I think every month some or the other launch keeps happening. Similar is with Panipat, because our model caters to every category and has the complete product mix. So launches are there every month.
Now let's move away altogether from Tier 2 cities and talk about Gurgaon, where of course you are an old player. What are your plans for the Millennium City?
Gurgaon, we have an existing township of 142 acres. We just got a LOI for 60 acres last month, and we are planning to launch that I think in the next 2 or 3 months as we get the license. Plus we have another 50 acres which is under licensing, and I think the license will come in the next 3 to 4 months. So by the third quarter this year we launched that project as well. This is a combination of floors and villas and plots, and most of the floors will be for about 1.5 to 2 crores each, and the villas would be for about 8 to 10 crores, and we have already started handing over plots. Private house constructions have started in the colony, and we are handing over about 500 floors in the next 6 months.
Okay, so those are your Gurgaon plans. Pranav Ansal, you have through this interview spoken about launching projects almost every month in every city we've discussed. What exactly is your launch pipeline for FY14?
For FY14, the approximate area which we intend to launch is about 20 million square feet. And this is in various categories and across all cities. And this is 99% residential. Commercial is a small part of our business. And most of it is the mid-segment space where there is a great demand. Also, all our launches are parts of established colonies where people are already living. So there is no question that, when the project will get delivered, how soon can we shift there, how soon can we live there.
Wow, 20 million square feet is certainly very aggressive. Now, for such an ambitious launch pipeline, which should hopefully be followed by a strong execution, it's imperative that Ansal API's balance sheet is strong. So, how leveraged are you? How much cash do you have?
Sure. See, last year we had a good, we'll be declaring our results next month, sorry. In the next month we'll have our results. We repaid debt of close to 200 crores last year. and our debt is now down to about 1150 crores. And I think this year we intend to repay about 250 crores of debt, which is the intent. So I think this year also we are looking at, good cash flows for our mid-segment housing.
Okay, so clearly mid-segment housing and tier 2 cities are the growth drivers for Ansal API. Thanks, Mr. Ansal. We're going to leave it at that. Thanks for joining us at Prime Property. That's Ansal API rubbishing the tier 2 city bubble burst theory. With that, we're going to have to wrap up this edition of Prime Property. Thanks for watching. See you same time next week.